Hi everybody, Sam from RoadTrailRun. We're going to take a look at our Suunto Vertical. It's an $839 watch that's available now. We're getting notifications, which is fine. It's available now, and it features a solar charging ring. You can see the darker area, or the lighter kind of area around the outside. 3 hours in direct sun charged 2%, so the equivalent of a bit less than 2 hours of additional GPS tracking time. And that's what I'm seeing. You can also change what you see here by pressing. You can see different metrics. There's the solar charging, altitude about right, and then you can move on to a number of other screens. So the first screen I'm going to show you is your notifications. So you'll see a bunch of notifications there. In brief, battery percentage, and also Bluetooth. Heart rate, if I was wearing it, I would be able to see it, but here's my minimum. And calorie consumption today, not much. I haven't been doing much today. You do have to scroll to the top to move to the next screen. Blood oxygen, of course, Suunto being a very outdoor focused company, altitude blood oxygen is really important. Activity, kind of typical, what you expect, last 7 days. Calories, and then you can set your various targets and settings. Sleep, now it was a bit off last night, and I'm showing you as it is. Somehow it didn't pick up all the sleep I actually got, or I was up for a bit, but not that much. But generally it's a pretty good sleep module. It's similar to Garmin's, not quite as sophisticated as Polar's. That's kind of my preferred sleep module, but the quality was really good because you see 83%, but it doesn't tell me. I'd like it to tell me what made that up. Was it the low minimum heart rate? Was it the amount of deep sleep? Or was it the blood oxygen level? Even though the quantity was low, it was good quality. Then we got our training. I took Monday off. Sunday was a big hike. It's saying I'm 24% recovered. Now, if I touch these, I'm not going to go into the actual running activity. I'd like to see that, but you can get to that from the logbook, and I'll show you that at the end here. So again, we got to scroll up. Then we're going to move on to resources. I'm at 41%. You can see kind of dips and valleys. I've never seen it at 100%, even after I take a day off, which is kind of interesting. My fitness level, basically its estimate of VO2 max, excellent. And I am 66, but it's telling me I'm 36, so that one really makes me feel good. And you can change the personal settings and things like your max heart rate and so on and so forth. So now we move on. Altitude, just about right, 29 feet. That's what we're at here. Barometric pressure. Temperature, well, maybe that's because the watch is out in the sun. You'll see what the weather shows. Moving on, we got the sun and the moon, kind of handy when you're outdoors. Stopwatch, calibrating the compass. Sometimes it doesn't, you would think it would be calibrating a little easier. Occasionally it's like this, where you got to give your wrist some motion to get it to calibrate. Media player, if we were playing something, we would have the name of the song. Weather, I like their weather, it's really good. So that's the real temperature here. And we've got a few clouds. It was synced 27 minutes ago. I think it's a bit warmer now. There's my hour by hour. And then I really like to see the humidity. Feels like low humidity for here. We've been up in the 90s all pretty much 2 months. No precipitation. Air quality, they use, I guess, a 1 through 5 scale. I'd like to see the kind of AQI score, you know, between 0 and, God forbid, up in the hundreds. Something a bit more standard, but this is just fine and helpful. So now we're going to go back up to move to the next screen, and we'll move on, pressing the center button. Solar energy, you can see I've gotten a bit of more solar energy here while I've been outside, but I've been inside all day, so we're charging a bit. And we're back to the main screen. So let's start an activity to show you how that all works. Oh, first let's swipe up where you've got your map adjustments, the compass, the logbook with all your workouts, which also of course go to the app. But let's start a workout here to show you what that looks like. We're going to do running. Many fields you can configure in the app for all kinds of different sports. So we'll let it, it's going to be a bit slow because there's no heart rate, but generally I find outside here it finds the GPS and the heart rate within 5 to 6 seconds, but it's probably trying a bit harder here because it's not on my wrist. So there, we found GPS. Of course, we didn't find heart rate. We're going to give it a start, pressing the center button. Of course, I'm going nowhere. You can scroll through your screens by pressing the middle button. These are the ones I have set up. And we're going to go to the map here. So to zoom in on the map, you press one lightly. So we're zooming in to where we are here. I love that they actually show houses, and then at 200 feet here, and then we're pressing longer. We zoom out, and the maximum zoom here is at half-mile distance, which is pretty good. There are no labeling on the maps of streets or mountain summits, but if you load a route, you will see an example of the turn-by-turn directions. 282 feet, we're going to turn on to Mount Osceola Trail, and then at the junction, it will beep and tell me that my next junction is at 5.01 miles at Tripoli Road. I like to see it have the fonts a little smaller. And then we can also, we have a very accurate altimeter, which I proved out on several hikes. Okay, so media, if you were playing a song, it would show the name of the song. And here we're back on the main screen. So to mark a lap, you press the bottom button. And to stop your workout, you press the top button. And then we scroll down. We're going to discard it. Top button. So I have a lot more information and details in the written review, but I just wanted to give you a bit of a sense of how to navigate and use the watch. Thank you very much for watching.